Hi everyone, it is Patricia from tarantulaheaven.com. This is Spidey, my Rosea, looking beautiful as usual. His sis is running around somewhere. She's been crazy all morning. Oh, there she is. You'll probably hear her playing with her toys during this video, so we will see how it goes. But today I wanted to talk about a really nice project that entails people trying to protect tarantulas during their migration patterns. This is happening in Colorado. This is about CDOT and the Butterfly Pavilion. These two have teamed up to research tarantula movement patterns across southeastern Colorado. And the reason that they're doing this, I'm sure, is for educational purposes, but it's also to make sure that these animals don't get hurt during their migration patterns. So these spiders usually start migrating around autumn-ish, when the weather starts to get a little bit cooler. And during this time, the Oklahoma brown tarantulas start to search for their mates. This is a very widely known thing that happens in this area. The activity usually lasts between mid-September to mid-October, but sometimes it can happen around end of August as well, and sometimes can even go beyond October into early November. The Butterfly Pavilion, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is a museum that, of course, features insects, but also they do have a tarantula part of this museum. And they say that this thing is they call it a migration, and this is where male tarantulas kind of scurry about to find mates. But unfortunately, with this migration pattern, it takes them across very dangerous things like roads, paths, and highways. And of course, I imagine, especially on highways, they don't always make it. And I've actually read, I think I've done a video on it actually a while ago, that sometimes this causes accidents because people don't want to run over a bunch of tarantulas. So that's definitely also been another issue that is involved in this migration pattern. In 2002, CDOT initiated the study with the Butterfly Pavilion to, as I say, identify areas along our roadways with high tarantula densities and to use existing culverts within those areas to funnel the spiders beneath the roadway. That is very, very cool. And the Butterfly Pavilion sent research techs to the areas surrounding La Junta and Lamar for the past 2 years to take a look at location as well as population density of these tarantulas. Dr. Francisco Garcia Bueno, I don't know if that's correct, but who is an entomologist and the current target species manager for the Butterfly Pavilion, said, "So we are doing two things. We're doing road surveys and looking for male tarantulas crossing the roads and taking GPS points on where we see them, looking for patterns on where they are moving, and the other thing we are interested in is doing burrow density surveys. So we're looking for where we find these burrows." And he did iterate that tarantulas are not social creatures. However, sometimes they have neighbors, so you might find them in clusters or neighborhoods in terms of their burrows. So because of the data that they found on the surveys, CDOT actually started to install small plastic fencing near culverts in the areas designated to have as having a high tarantula density. These efforts part of an ongoing study to better understand tarantula movement and, like I said before, cut down on wildlife vehicle collisions. One thing I really liked is that CDOT is putting out information for people who want to view this migration phenomenon, because it is actually very popular in this area. It's kind of a phenomenon, and unfortunately that has also increased the collisions as well. But they actually put out some information about steps to ensure a safe driving / spider watching experience. So I'd like to share those with you in case you're in the area. So number one is beware of other vehicles that may be traveling at lower speeds, probably to watch the tarantulas or not hit them. Watch for vehicles pulling off the roadways and vehicles parked on the roadside. Find safe designated areas to park. Drivers, be aware of pedestrians, people taking photos. Pedestrians, of course, watch out for passing vehicles. And that's not necessarily about protecting the spiders, but it is about making that area safer. So I like that they're doing that so that more people can enjoy these tarantulas and their migration patterns and make it a better experience for everyone. I've never seen a tarantula migration. I actually do really want to visit Colorado one day, so maybe one day I will see it. I'll plan to go around that time of year. But if you guys have ever seen it, let me know what it was like, and let me know if you felt like it was dangerous. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week for Tarantula Tuesday. Bye.